All right, so Harry Kane has gone on strike. Levy is saying he's not on strike, but trust me, he's told Daddy Daniel Levy that he needs to move out of his Tottenham home to win toffees, not toffees. I'm using the wrong word. Sorry, trophies. Trophies. Lal, what do you think about Harry Kane's strike or not a strike? He's like, I'm not supposed to be due. I was supposed to be due tomorrow. And were you surprised with this whole episode? I mean, come on.
Okay, I think he overplayed his hand. Firstly, I was surprised. I mean, I don't know Kane personally, but of course, seeing him over the years, like how he has conducted himself, captain of the English, football team, like just his demeanor, personality. I don't see him creating fuss in social media. He's not probably the Pogba or Lingard kind, or like who is very active on social media. Uh, but I didn't expect him to do this. And having done this, I think he is. I mean, all power lies with Daniel Levy at this point because he went on and signed the 6-year contract without any exit
We'll come
clause.
back to that. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. I just want one more question. It's like a side question. Now that because Harry has said he is not on strike, do you believe him? What?
No, I don't believe him. I think he went on strike. Things and he saw, oh my God, this is shit show. People are turning against me. Let me just backtrack and you know, So I guess I heard someone saying round one Levy, Kane zero.
Yeah,
I
Levy
don't know
1, Kane
where.
0. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have the second question for you. Like, as much as I don't care for Pogba at United, not at France, at United, I gotta say, if Pogba had pulled off this stunt, English media, the pundits, the 7,000-year-old queen, the fans would have burned him at the Buckingham Palace balcony and thrown him down on the fucking concrete to a thunderous applause by fucking million monkeys and million junkies. Do you agree on that?
See, I think
That guy gets a different hairstyle like me and he gets like brickbats.
but that he I think if your performance talks on the field, you get some leeway, off the field. Similar, like for example, Rashford can get a lot of stick on field performance, but because of his off field, I mean, so sometimes one part kind of counterbalances and it earns you some leeway, So Kane, having performed over the last 7, 8, 9 years consistently, having conducted himself nicely, the media did give him a little, little more slack than other players like Pogba. And Pogba, if he had done this, probably he would be deserved to be on the stake because it's not like he's setting the football field on fire and he's like indispensable. He's God's gift to United or English football. So yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that English media was more lenient on Kane, having did what he did. But I think he kind of earned it, right?
Well, fair enough, fair enough. But you still agree, right? Paul Pogba would have
Yeah,
been burned at stake, right? If he
absolutely.
had done something like that. All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
So I have a next question, but just before the next question, I've been just told a person named Neeraj Chopra has won India a gold, like a
Ooh.
gold, not a bronze.
Hey.
This is the second gold, individual gold ever after Abhinav Bindra, and this has taken our gold tally to 10 in double figures finally. 8 Olympic golds in hockey, obviously, and one Abhinav Bindra, and now Neeraj Chopra in javelin, and he destroyed everybody. And I'm so happy, I'm so proud to be not the country. I was going to say Pakistan. India. Don't India. Because Pakistani player was also there. He did not win. I don't know. Did he win bronze? Bikram will know better. But
No,
yeah,
no. I
we
think
won
he,
gold.
he,
He did
he
not.
finished fourth, fifth, or sixth. He
Oh
didn't
yeah, he
win
kind
gold.
of like dropped off at the end. So that's a
Yeah.
big, big news. As much as we are happy, we need to talk about Harry Kane because everybody cares about Harry Kane. Okay, now let's start with. I see. You agree that even Daniel Levy's wife doesn't like him. Okay, nobody likes him, but he's a bad guy here because Harry Kane signs a bloody 6-year deal with no release clause when he should have signed a 4-year deal. Right now, he should have had all the aces up its sleeve because he would have 1-year contract left and they would have had to sell him for 100 million, which is still a lot of money. The truth is, Harry Kane fucked up. What do you think, Lal?
See, I think if you think dispassionately, right? 3 years ago, when he signed this contract, Pochettino was at the helm. They had finished second and third in like consecutive seasons. They reached the Champions League final. They had a good squad, and believe it or not, I think Harry Kane really believed that he would win something, and this club, his boyhood club, is really going somewhere, and he signed the contract, and then things went downhill. Pochettino is out, Mourinho came, he is out, team is in a mess right now, and he changed his mind. It's as simple as that. 6 years ago, I mean 3 years ago, when he signed the contract, he really believed that this is this is a great place to be in, and now it's just not to be, and he's changing his mind and he wants to leave. And a little bit of blame has to go to his agent, who is his brother in this case. I don't know if you can fire him, but yeah, there had to be a release clause, because when you tie yourself down to when you are Harry Kane, when you know that you are so talented, and then you tie yourself down to a 6-year contract without an exit clause, what else can you expect? And it's not that Tottenham are using him as a slave. I'm sure Tottenham are paying him 200, 250 grand a week. So it's not like he's like, oh, poor kid, he's not getting enough money, he has to go somewhere. I mean, he's a footballer. He is earning like crazy amount of money, tens of millions of pounds a year. So it's not that he's on poor wages. He brought this onto himself, and I think it's going to be messy. Whatever the outcome is, whether he stays or leaves, it's going to be messy, no doubt.
All right. So, I mean, I think you were still very kind, because I feel he shouldn't have ever. Nobody should ever sign 6-year contract out of, and that's he has. Daniel Levy is not the bad guy here at all. Now, with Daniel Levy, what do you see as the most likely outcomes, and which outcome do you particularly like? And if you think, or just tell me whatever the most realistic one is.
I guess it's any. I mean, at this stage, it's anyone's guess. But I think Daniel Levy, if Kane has a showdown talk or puts in a transfer request, um, now it's going to be tricky, because uh, to be very honest, Levy wants 150, 160 million pounds. I doubt whether anyone can pay that amount, even City, or will. I mean, I don't think City will be willing to go that high. So I think if Levy gets an offer from City for 120 or 130 million, he should take it. Why do you want to keep a unhappy player who will probably do more harm to the squad and to the new manager? Like, I mean, the new manager deserves some amount of respect and stability in the team. So what I would like to see is Harry Kane moving on, Tottenham accepting 125, 130 million pound bid from,
All right.
most likely it's going to be City.
But what do you think is
Leaving.
realistically going to happen?
Uh Realistically, that's what I. Knowing Daniel Levy, I don't think it's going to happen, and Kane is going to stay for one more year.
So Kane is going to stay, right? Okay, we'll stick to that because we have further questions on that. So what you were getting into, we'll get into that. So if you were Daniel Levy, I think you kind of already said, as you said that around 120, let's say 125, you should let him go, right? But
Yeah.
you should not haggle, because my concern is that you putting 160 tag, they don't want to pay, I think, extortion in the first place, okay? And the 160 or no sale, I think that's nonsense. And I feel if you reject like a 110, 125, 120 offer, then Kane is very likely to not play very well this season. Probably going to get injured. He gets injured often. Okay. Then you will probably have to sell him for like 45 million next season. And
Yeah.
that will just look shit, because you just lost what, like almost 100 million pounds. And because if they get around 120, I think if they budge, they will be able to get 120, and 120 million is a lot of money. And the rest of the players, now that Kane is out, they will just feel like, now we're going to be starters. We'll play well. You can buy right players.
I mean, they can, to be very honest, they can like get 120 plus a player from City, like, or 100 plus two players from City. I mean, City squad is like they can play two teams, and all of their players are good. They can ask for like a couple of players or positions that they are looking to strengthen. I know City don't have any like for like player who can replace Harry Kane, but City, like, they can strengthen other positions. I mean, that would be my thought.
All right.
If I was Levy. Yeah.
I don't know, but you agree, right? That at the end of the day, they should just accept whatever 100 plus
120.
and maybe some
Anything
yeah.
above 120, they should accept. I mean, that's what I would think.
Oh, I'm happy to, like, United is not even involved, but I'm ready to give Phil Jones for this deal to go through. They're like, what is happening? Like, this has never happened before. Just please take it. Like, take it. We're like, we don't want it. Take it. Like, why is United coming through? Dude, this is a three-way that nobody wanted. But Phil Jones is like, am I just getting transferred
He's
for
the
Harry Kane?
kingmaker. He's the kingmaker.
He's a complete kingmaker. All right.